while we're here, I can just give you a quick overview of the shop. And then the largest tank in the gallery, this one is 2 meters. So that's going to be one big shallow tank on top. Here we're going to have a couple of nano tanks. Right, so today we are working in the Hames gallery again. This is the Aquascaping gallery in basically my local fish shop. And at the moment we have 4 big tanks over here. So from right to left, this is an Scaper line 90, so 90 by 45 by 45. Scaped in an Iwagumi style. And we started this one with Galaxy Rasboros, but we swapped them out for these black Phantom Tetras. The Galaxy Rasboros were quite shy. And these black Phantom Tetras, they just suit the scape a lot better. Next up we have an Scaper line 100. I actually haven't released a build video from this one just yet, because it's taking a little bit of time to develop. So we'll get to this one later. Then next up we have the 4-foot angelfish tank. I did release a build video from this one. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link on top of the screen and in the video description. Basically just kind of like a South American style Amazon layout. A beautiful angelfish. Cardinal tetras, some apistogrammas in here as well. It's looking pretty good. And then the largest tank in the gallery, this one is 2 meters. I think the height is 60 and the depth is 70 centimeters. So the holds roughly 840 liters. This one is basically the newest tank. It's only been planted, I'd say 5 weeks ago, but it's starting to look really good. We've also just added some really nice German blue rams. I think we've got like 5 or 6 of them. Besides that, we have diamond tetras, we have some cherry barbs, we have these red-tailed rasboras, these guys over here. Really nice fish. We have some panda garas, and I think that's it. Now the whole point of this gallery is of course to serve as inspiration for customers. But you know, not everybody wants to have a big tank. At the moment we only have big tanks, but not everybody has space for a big tank, not everybody has the budget for a big tank. We also want to have some small tanks as well, so that's what we're doing today. So this wall in the gallery was still empty, so we had this shelving unit custom made. So this is where the nano tanks are going to be. Actually on the middle shelf over here, and on the top shelf, I'm not going to do that today, but in the future we're going to have a very big shallow tank. Over the entire length. I think it's 160 from left to right. Yeah, 160 centimeters. So that's going to be one big shallow tank on top. Here we're going to have a couple of nano tanks, and I think this is eventually will be closed just to hide all the equipment and stuff like that, you know. I think for the nano tanks we're actually going to use the tanks from Denmark, because they're quite a nice set, you know. Come in different sizes. They all come with a hero slide, they come with a corner filter. Thinking of grabbing a 30-liter cube, really nice size, perfect for a betta as well. We can also do a 20-liter cube, we can make a nice shrimp tank. Then maybe something a little bit bigger, like the 35-liter Scapers tank for example. Really like the dimensions of that one. Now while we're here, I can just give you a quick overview of the shop. Quite a big store, mostly aquarium products, and they have a little bit of other pets as well, you know, like cats and dogs and birds. And then yeah, over there in the back, that's where the gallery is. All right, so let's see if this fits. We have the 35-liter Scapers tank, then we have the 20-liter nano cube, and we have the 30-liter nano cube. You know, I think there's actually space for one more tank. Yeah, let's move this one to the side a little bit. Yeah, let's do one more 30-liter cube. I think that would look nice. Yeah, here we go. 4 tanks, different sizes, so we can do different layouts. Some betta tanks, we can do shrimp tanks. Maybe in the 35-liter tank we can do some small rasboras, you know, like chili rasboras for example. I think that'll be cool. So the shelf is brand new. Also, this wood here is freshly painted, so I don't want to do any scaping or any work on the shelf. I'm just going to move the tanks to this table and just work on the table. It's a lot more comfortable as well. Alright, let's just start by opening them all up. Remove all the packaging. Okay, so every kit comes with a light. For the 35-liter Scapers tank we have the Chihiro's A2 series. And I think all the other cubes have a Chihiro's C series. This one. Then we also have a little corner filter in each aquarium, a quick start guide, and every tank comes with a lid as well. So it's just a glass lid, and you have these plastic clips. So you clip them on each corner, and the glass lid just rests on top of that. I'm not going to use this right now, so I'll put it all to the side. Here we go. That's all the cardboard removed. So now I'm just going to set up the lights on all the tanks so we can see what we're doing. And after that we can start scaping. Here we go, that's all the lights installed. You can see that the Chihiro's A2 series, and the light is a bit more of a greenish tint, while the C series have a bit more of a bluish tint. I actually like the bluish tint a bit more, but yeah, I think you won't really see it once we are done with planting and everything, you know. I think the next step is to try to add a background. So the cube tanks, they actually come with a little black background. Not a huge fan of the black, but I also do not want to see the walls as well, you know, because it looks nice, but you don't want to see this in the aquarium, you know. So we found some leftover white background, which we've used in all the big tanks. So I'm going to try to get as many tanks done with the white one. And then if not possible, then we'll probably add some black backgrounds. That's looking much better. 4 nice white backgrounds. So I think we're done with prepping the tanks. I say let's go find some hardscape. Well, I think finding suitable hardscape shouldn't really be an issue because we have this entire section over here. And then on this side there's even more, but this is mostly bigger pieces of wood. So I think we'll just stick to this side. Let's start with the rocks. So I want to use different rocks than what I've used in the large tanks. So in the larger aquariums I've already used black lava. I've already used the petrified wood. I actually haven't used dragonstone yet, so maybe one tank with dragonstone. I also really like these Zen pebbles, so these really round lava rocks, big ones, medium ones, and smaller ones. We can definitely do something cool with that. And then over here on the wood section you also have these really nice dark pieces of spider wood. We can definitely do something cool with that. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna grab a shopping cart and grab some nice looking hardscape, and then we'll just get to work. They also have this, a nano bonsai set. So I think we already have like a pre-made bonsai and some rocks in a box. Yeah, I think I'm gonna grab one of those as well. So let's see, in one 2-liter cube we can use this bonsai decor box. And I think with those Zen pebbles we can do like a really nice simple shrimp tank in the 20-liter cube. Then maybe in the second 30-liter cube I can do something cool with dragonstone. Not really sure yet what, but we'll figure something out. And then maybe in the 35-liter Scapers tank I can do like a classic MJ style with wood and rocks. I could do something with normal serious stone, but these pieces are quite big. Maybe I can do something with this geo rock. There's a lot of texture to it, so I think this could look really cool. Yeah, I think that's it. Zen pebbles, dragonstone, bonsai, and then blackroot and geostone. So I think I'm going to start on this side with the 20-liter cube and the Zen pebbles, and I'll just work my way towards the left and then finish with the 35-liter Scapers tank. Yeah, I'm excited. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to start with some old substrate. It's not really old, it's actually new, but we have this left over from the larger aquariums. It'd be a shame to throw this away, so we're going to use it again. Let's try to make a nice slope towards the back. Then let's see how it looks with this extra large Zen pebble. Might be silly, but it might actually look really good. I don't know. Let's just try something. It's a bit too much in the center. I'm gonna move it to one corner. I can already see this as like a low-tech, low-maintenance style aquascape. Maybe we just have some grassy plants And then just a nice group of shrimp in there, you know? Super easy, super low maintenance. Just removing the sticker from the pebble. So that's 3 of them in there. We want uneven numbers, so I can either go for 3 or go for 5. Maybe 5 is a bit too much. No. I think 5 can work. Just like this. Yeah, I think that's it. Super simple, but just imagine this with a full green carpet and then some colorful shrimps on there. Well, the only thing I just realized that we need to figure out if the filter still fits in here. Let's try that. Yeah, so ideally I want a filter in this corner. And right now it doesn't fit exactly, so we'll move this rock a little bit more towards the front. I think that's good. Okay, one done. Let's move on to the next one. So, same substrate going in again. Ichihiro's AQUASOIL. Okay, so for this one I'm going to use the dragon stones. I've already kind of rinsed them a little bit because there's always a lot of clay in those pockets. So hopefully got most of it out. So I'm thinking for this one, maybe try to create a valley, you know, maybe like a path in the center as well, could be nice. Let's give that a try. Now these dragon stones are quite big for this size aquarium. Luckily, dragon stones are really soft, you can easily smash them with a hammer. I don't want to make a mess in the gallery, so I'm just going to do it above this bucket. Yeah, basically this piece right now is very square, you know, so I think if I just try to smash off this bit right here, it's a little bit more pointy. See? Just like that. Really nice and easy. Now I need to wash it again because a lot of clay is exposed from the bit that I just smashed off. Now in a layer like this where you're trying to get a good sense of depth, you really want to have a big slope as well. So I'm going to start adding in more AQUASOIL. And I've finished all the leftover AQUASOIL, so this is a new bag. So that's why it's a different color, because this is dry and the other stuff was still wet. Okay, I'm happy with the rock formation, but I forgot again to check if the filter actually fits. So let's do that now. Try to have it on the same side as the other one. No problem at all. It's a nice little internal filter. You can actually also increase or decrease the flow here if you want. Now this layout definitely needs a sand bath, so I have a bag of 88 La Plata sand. It's a big bag, but this one has some holes in there, so it can't be used for customers anymore. Can't be sold anymore. Okay, here we go. First 2 tanks are done. Super simple. I don't want to make complicated hardscapes, you know, because it's supposed to serve as inspiration for like the general customers here in the store. So I want them to be able to feel like, hey, I could do this myself as well, you know. Okay, then let's move on to this bonsai kit. There's actually a really nice picture on the side of the box here, and we can just try to replicate this layout. So here is the tree itself. A bit smaller than I expected. And then here we have a box with the rocks, which look like a type of elephant skin stone, or actually quite similar to the G-rock. A little bit dusty, but you can just rinse that off. Yeah, so this is it. 3 rocks and 1 bonsai tree. Not really something I would purchase myself, but you know, like if you just wanted something simple, something that's easy and fast as well, then this could be a nice solution. It's quite funny, while I'm here working on these tanks, the guys are working hard at the front of the store. They just received this huge container, which is for pond season. It's like a big vat that has separate squares where you can house goldfish and koi fish, you know. So they're trying to get it into the store. It barely fits through the door, but they're gonna make it work. Right, let's see if we can build a nice bonsai aquascape. So on the picture they have a little bit of a sand area here in the front right corner. I'm gonna try to do the same, why not? We have the La Plata sand already, so we can definitely use that. The rocks are really nice actually, they have really nice detail, a lot of lines, a lot of texture, so that's good stuff. Now this is definitely some type of limestone, so it's probably going to raise the pH and the KH. So this will require a little bit more frequent water changes. Rocks are a bit too much in one line now, so I'm just gonna bring this one a little bit forward. Yeah, I think I need another stone in the back to support the bonsai like that, you know? Something like that. Here we go. I mean, it's looking quite alright. So as usual, just a little bit of cotton in between the wood and the rocks. And then some liquid super glue. Just saturate the cotton pad. And then in like 30 seconds, it's all stuck together. Just repeat the process a couple of times. I think for this specific piece of wood, I'm just gonna do it 3 times. So we have 2 connections over here, and then I'll swap it around. And I think if we just do 1 more on this point over here, it should be good. Okay, Hardscape is glued, so let's add in the sand. Again, ADA La Plata sand, and I also have some ADA Aqua Gravel. And that is Hardscape number 3 done. Let's add in the filter as well. Could place it in that corner, but probably gonna have some tall plants over here, so then there's not gonna be enough space. Okay, then Hardscape number 4. Hopefully that's enough. I don't want to open another bag of AQUASOIL. Let's see. So I'm thinking, because we have all these smaller pieces of wood, we can make a sort of like a V-shaped layout, you know. So I have 2 islands of hardscapes on both sides, and then keep it open in the middle. We could add another sand path if we wanted to, but I don't know, maybe we have too many sand paths already. Let's see. Alright, that's looking pretty good already. Almost like a little mini forest, you know. I was thinking of adding this 1 more rock over here, because it's quite a lot of open space, but it just doesn't really fit and there's nothing else, so I think I'm just gonna leave it like this. Alright guys, everything is glued together. Pretty stable as well, stable enough. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more AQUASOIL, and then the 4th and last hardscape is done as well. Here we go, 4 hardscapes, all done. We have the Zen pebbles, we have the dragonstone, the bonsai, and the tiny forest layout. So I think the next step is planting. I'm gonna have a little bit of lunch, and then we'll come back later. Planting time. I took some in vitro cups from home. I had these left over from, you know, my own projects. Didn't want them to go to waste, so we can definitely use them in here as well. I think I'm just gonna plant, yeah, just 1 tank at a time. Let's do it just like before with the hardscape. We'll start on this side and work towards the left. So I think these 2 tanks are gonna stay without CO2, so low tech. I feel like for this aquarium it would be really cool to just have a hairgrass carpet. I didn't bring any hairgrass with me, so let's see if they have some in this shop. So here they have tropical in vitro plants, and they also have the Pusilla Mini. So I think I'm just gonna grab a few pots of those. So dwarf hairgrass for this one. What can we do in our dragonstone layout? So my only concern with this layout is that the light is not super powerful. And of course we have quite a lot of shadow on both sides because of the hardscape. So I'm thinking of using Helantium Tellum Red and the Helantium Tellum Broadleaf, because these are quite easy plants, you know, they don't really need a lot of light, so they should be able to grow there. So then just some grassy plants on the sides. We can maybe put some moss on the dragonstones. I think I brought some Christmas moss, and I also brought some Java moss. So I grabbed 1 more pot of the Helantium Tellum Green. So then we basically have 3 different types of Helantium and some Java moss, and I think that's enough for this layout. Then what shall we do with our bonsai aquascape? I have some S-wrappings which can definitely be used, you know, around the rocks. But as foliage on the bonsai itself, I'm thinking of using Monte Carlo. A lot of people do it with moss, but I think with Monte Carlo it could be nice as well. And then I think I want some color as well, so maybe we can grab some AR Mini. The Rotella Bonsai is pretty cool as well. Yeah, over here we have some pots of Monte Carlo, so probably just grab 2 or 3 of those. Oh, and I also have this one, the Hydrocotyl tripartita mini. This can also be used as a little bit of accent plant here and there, you know. So then we have the S. repens, AR mini, Rotala bonsai, and tripartita mini. The Monte Carlo on the wood. I think that's it. Alright, so let's start planting our little Zen Pebble mini shrimp tank. Alright, all done planting the hair grass. Not super dense, but it should grow in pretty quickly. I like how that looks. Let's move on to the Dragonstone layout. It's a bit hard to see because of the reflections, but I've basically stuffed both sides with the different types of Allantium. I'll actually show you from the top. Yeah, it's a bit difficult to see. I'm now just gonna add a little bit of moss in between the cracks of the Dragonstone, and then this one is done as well. Okay, let's start planting our bonsai aquarium. I had a little bit of dwarf hairgrass left over from the Zen Pebble scape, so that fits nicely in here as well. Okay, hairgrass done, so let's add some color with the AR mini. And then over here in the background, I'm going to plant the Rotala bonsai. This is not really a background plant, but I think it will look nice here. Okay, and then our bonsai tree. I have never planted a bonsai tree before, so this is going to be interesting. It's probably not going to look very good from the very beginning, but I think after a little bit of time and with some trimming, it should look pretty cool. So I have 2 pots of Monte Carlo, and I've divided them into relatively large portions. The good thing is that this tree is quite spiky, so you can just, you know, wedge it in there and it will hopefully stay put. You know what? That actually doesn't look too bad. The view from the top, it's interesting. This scape is definitely growing on me. I still have a little bit of empty space over here. So perfect for some of that tripartita mini. Okay guys, the last one. For this one I'm going to use a carpet of Marsilea minuta. It's a really tiny carpeting plant. I use Marsilea hirsuta quite a lot. This one is a lot smaller. Okay, carpet is done, so next up I'm going to plant some crypts around the base of the wood. This is the crypt green gecko. Then also some Starogani repens for this aquarium. Got another crypt over here, this is the crypt Becchetti. Then for some color in the background, the Ludwigia super red. Really nice and easy stem plant. And these stems are really long, so I've actually cut them in half. So now I'm planting the bottom part. And here we have the tops, they can go in as well. Double the amount. Alright, all done planting this one. So we have the carpet of Marsilea, some crypts around the wood. And then in background we have the Ludwigia super red, Mayaka, which is like a green stem plant. And I've added some Juncus repens as well. And I think that's it. I also added some dwarf hairgrass at the end of the path, basically. Okay guys, we are done. 4 relatively simple scapes, hardscape done, planting done. So I think we should now move them back to the shelf. I'm curious how it's going to look on the shelf. After that we can fill them up with water. Alright guys, roughly a month has passed since I scaped those 4 nanos. Let's see how they're doing right now. Here we go. Looking pretty good, especially this one. This one is definitely my favorite. Grown in beautifully in just a month time. I love the Nymphoides Taiwan. Looks super good. Then the one next to it with the bonsai tree. This one is looking alright, but the Monte Carlo on the tree, it just didn't work out. So I'm gonna replace it in a minute. But the rest of the plants are doing good. The hairgrass has grown a lot. The Alternatera Renicimini has grown a lot. So just the bonsai tree needs a little bit of work. Then the Dragonstone layout, looking pretty good. I'm actually surprised by how much the Helantium has grown without CO2. So not too bad. And lastly, the Zen Pebble Iwagumi, also looking good. Also still low tech, no CO2, but we are already getting some growth on the hairgrass, so I'm pleasantly surprised. I thought I'll just quickly update you guys on this little goldfish pond that we installed, a month ago. It's now fully up and running. So we have just different types of goldfish. We've got some koi over here as well. Just thought I'll give you guys a quick update because we were, doing it a month ago, so it only made sense. Yeah, so the Monte Carlo is coming out and we're going to replace it with some moss. If we just come around to this show tank over here, they have this willow moss over here, which looks really good. And I think that will be a nice replacement for the Monte Carlo. Here we go, Monte Carlo out and willow moss in. I think that's looking a lot better already. I've actually got some pretty exciting news. The owners have decided that we're going to put all these tanks, all these nano tanks up for sale. So you guys can actually, if you want, purchase a ready-made aquascape, made by me as well. So we just want to see if people are interested in plug-and-play aquascapes. So I think in the next few days there will be price tags on these tanks. So if you're from around here, if you live in the Netherlands, you can purchase these tanks if you want. And actually the first one, this one right here, has already been sold. So this one's going to be picked up very soon. So yeah, I guess in the next few days I'm going to have to start making a few more tanks. Also because we are now planning to sell these tanks, is another reason why we're not going to add any fish. I mean, there's a little bit of a cleanup crew in here. We have some Otocinclus, some Amano shrimp and some Nereid snails. But we're not going to add any fish because if people are buying a tank like this, we want them to pick out the fish themselves, Of course, with a little bit of advice. But yeah, I think buying fish is another experience for people. So we want to make sure they get to experience that. Oh, and as you can see, the shallow tank has arrived as well. So this will be the next project after this, I guess. We were thinking about filtration for this shallow tank. I was first thinking of putting a canister filter down low and then just have pipes going up, but it's probably just going to lose the efficiency of the filter. So now we're thinking of using a hang-on back filter and then just use a big wave maker to get this strong flow. But yeah, hopefully I can start working on this project later this month, so I'm sure you guys will see it soon. Okay guys, so that's it. 4 really simple but beautiful nano aquascapes. Let me know in the comments which one is your favorite. And I think that's it. Stay tuned for the big shallow aquarium. Guys, thanks for watching. See you in the next one.